Hello and welcome back to Anti-Depressing. This is the show where we talk about everything from liturgy to Lexapro. I am Jasmine Joubert.
I'm Chenele Shaw, and this is our special guest.
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Who are ya?
My name's Malcolm.
Malcolm.
What's up?
We'll put a horn noise over that or something.
That
Like that. Yeah.
was good.
Oh, no one's done that for me before, but
Yeah.
Well, first time.
First time for everything.
yeah, I'm a youth minister, so I work here in
Love it.
Plano, Texas, which is in Dallas.
Love it.
Yeah, I love to smoke barbecue. You know, I'm not always a youth minister.
Wow. He's just a
You know.
regular Texan.
He's just a regular guy.
Just a regular
Don't
guy.
mind Malcolm.
He's a marriage noob. Just got married. How long
Sorry,
ago?
ladies, I'm taking.
There it is. I know
y'all
in
better
one
look
of our
at it.
episodes we had Andrews. We give y'all a little taste, gave y'all a little flavor.
A little single
but
boy,
now,
but look at
now we're
taken
showing
man.
one of the takens.
If
One
you
of the
liked
takens.
it, then you should put a ring on
There
it.
it is.
Which
And
happens.
she did.
Thank you, Megan.
Yep.
Shout out to my wife.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shout
tell
out to
us
his
about marriage.
What's it like?
What's your
how
advice
you
3
digging
months
it?
in?
Ooh.
Have no expectations.
Whoa.
Oh.
Just go in knowing that everything's going to be fine.
This
I'm gonna
guy's
cry
sweet.
a little. That's sweet.
This guy's sweet.
Really?
That's very
it.
sweet.
Oh.
You're like, really? Cool.
Yeah, no,
that's
it's
cute.
great.
I like that.
Yeah. It's been
Wow.
about 3.5 months now, so we're just getting into the swing of things. We got a house, so we have a house, which is great.
It's hard to get a house out here, so
Yeah,
cheers.
well, I bought it back in December, and then
That's
we
smart.
rented it out to a couple friends, and no one was
Smart.
selling around that time, so we actually got another nice discount. So
Wow.
totally unheard of.
I love
So,
that for you.
Yeah, me too. It's great.
Congrats,
Beautiful.
dude. You're
Yeah.
living.
I know, full dad
How
life.
sweet.
Except,
Look at
I'm just kidding. I'm not a dad. Sorry,
Oh, I
dad
was
life because
like,
whoa.
I have smokers and I have 2 smokers.
Oh, he's like, I am a father. To
Sorry,
mine.
not happening. Just got.
I know, I
Nothing's
actually-
happening.
I
Okay.
actually love. He was like, if my mom is listening, if my parents are listening to this, if my family is listening to this, we're not pregnant. I'm trying to clear the air.
But I
Clear the
am
air.
a father to 2 smokers. And what else?
I am. No, that's it. Just 2
Got it.
smokers.
That's it.
Got
Yeah.
it.
Honestly, I get that energy though. That once you're married, you're like, honestly, this could happen anytime. I'm basically a parent.
Yeah, you know, the dad jokes come out more.
It's true. You're
Didn't
getting.
know it,
You're
but-
gearing up. You're getting ready.
Yeah, you
Your
just gotta.
whole body is preparing. You're,
You got to get all the prerequisites in.
Yeah,
I
of
love
course.
That's the only
Get
way.
yourself ready.
I love
Yeah,
that.
you got to master the brisket. You got to master the pulled pork.
There it is.
There
Do you
it
have
is.
Still working on the ribs. but-
our friend Will has oh gosh, those like New Balances.
Oh yeah. Do you have
those
New
dad
Balances? The
shoes.
dad shoes?
The dad? No.
Oh,
is
we'll
that,
show
is
you
that
them.
are those?
You've never
dad
seen?
shoes?
Yeah. Show him.
Yeah, let me go get them.
After this, we'll show you the picture of Will wearing them. It's like the iconic dad fit. Once you see him, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, you need a pair of those. Oh, here
wow.
it is.
Where did this come
There
from?
it is. There it is.
Dude,
show
yeah.
him. Show him. Is that not
Oh,
the
this
iconic
is straight
dad
dad.
shoe? That's straight
You have
dad.
to wear the white socks.
Yeah.
The
Dude,
white
that's
socks that
it.
go up
Will
the calf.
got those when he had his first child. So
Dude.
Nice.
Didn't you wear
Wow.
those?
Dad life.
Did
I'm
he
a little
wear
nervous
those at
to wear
Simeon's
those.
baptism?
I think like at the after party.
that
So
is
good. I don't think to
amazing.
actual church, but to the after party. That's a
That
vibe.
is amazing.
That's
I
a
love
vibe.
that.
I'm
So
about it.
once you have a pair of those, you're like fully prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you'll be
You're
fully.
ready. You're
No,
ready for
I really
anything.
think that's like grandpa style. I think that's like grandpa shoes.
Oh, he came for your
My-
neck.
Y'all better
Will.
look
That
out.
was my grandy growing up. He wore those every day with the calves and then the shorts with the buckle,
yeah.
the shirt
Oh,
tucked
this
in.
is
Yeah.
getting
That's
so
actually
cute.
a
The
Plano.
little
That's
belly
a Plano
popping
vibe.
over.
That's a Plano vibe for even young people.
Whoa.
Oh, the shirt tuck in belt,
Shirt tuck and belt. Yeah.
high socks.
I don't know about the high socks, but definitely the shoes. Definitely the shoes.
Wow.
So almost there.
What
Texas
is
is a
Texas?
little,
Texas is strange. I've been learning
As
so
somebody
much.
who hasn't always lived in Texas and now
Yeah.
does,
Yeah.
impressions? This is a safe
Dallas
space
is
because I know
not.
it's
Dallas
scary.
is not Texas.
Oh,
It is like
Valid.
a transplant city.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone that I meet from Dallas is not from Texas.
Fair.
And then there was
That's
one time
fair.
we went out to see my wife and I, when we were dating at the time, we went out to see this Protestant play that was about 45 minutes west of Fort Worth.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Dallas, and then to the left is Fort Worth, and so that's a little bit
Yeah.
more like country. Then you go out into like the actual country, and it is straight Texas. So people are wearing
Mm-hmm. Pure.
like cowboy hat, like the cowboy belt, big trucks, thick Texan accents. And I realized, oh my gosh, we're living in Texas. You know?
Yeah. We got out of
actually
your
live
Dallas
here.
bubble, and it's a little scary out there.
I'm not Texan. I'm not. I will never get cowboy boots. I can't do it.
He set the
Sorry.
All
boundary.
right,
I know.
We're gonna
Controversy.
keep this right here because just in case you actually do get cowboy boots one day, we want to splice
That's so
this clip
true.
right
Yeah, we're
here.
gonna keep this forever.
Never
It's not
forget
happening.
when you.
Keep this
Okay,
forever.
never
Not gonna
forget.
happen.
Never forget.
Never forget when you said.
Malcolm, I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
happy
you.
for you.
Yeah.
On this show, we love to share a little bit of anti-depressing Catholic news. So anything that's been happening in Catholic world, I know you work at a Catholic church,
Yeah.
that is not sad. You got anything for us?
Yeah. So my close friend is a Capuchin Franciscan.
Amazing.
He raps,
vocation.
on the side.
Whoa.
Came out last year,
okay.
rapped for my 8th grade students, which is great. But
Oh my gosh.
today he put out this Instagram photo of playing paintball, like full, like Franciscan robe, and like with a paintball gun, and he was shooting at people.
Whoa.
It was amazing.
like actually just out playing.
Yeah, he was out
paintball,
playing paintball.
full dressed.
I was actually kind of impressed that he would do it in his robe.
Yeah, I would trip just playing paintball normal.
Oh yeah, yeah. Have
That's
you
impressive.
done paintball?
I've never.
I'm
played
too
paintball.
scared.
The stress
the
of holding something.
bruise.
I played laser tag. That's as That's as close as
Not
I
the
That's
got.
pretty
same.
non-touch. It's
Yeah,
the-
that's pretty non-touch.
I heard with paintball,
I heard it
can
hurts.
just
It's like an
hurt.
adrenaline rush. You
I'm
like
not
you
into
go
being
in
hurt.
and then
Except by men. Go ahead. Emotionally. Go ahead.
Emotionally.
oh my gosh. Okay.
Malcolm's like, anyway, I think you should
Don't
see
worry, not all men are
professional help. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's fun. It's worth it because when you go and you play, you're so scared. You know, the adrenaline
Yeah.
rush just goes up. You don't even feel like you're getting hit until afterwards.
It's kind of
you hit
like the
all up.
Hunger Games.
That's like
but
when people
in
say,
a
like,
controlled environment.
oh, my dog, but my dog's different. My dog doesn't bite. And then you like go and pet that person's dog and then it like bites the mess out of your hand. That's what this sounds
Sounds like we need something flushed out. Did something happen in your past?
I know.
like it sounds
She's
like
processing
you
a
have a
lot.
big
Yeah.
fixation with being hurt, which is true. So, but yes,
Okay, so that
one
is so
day-
cool.
Yeah,
I love that
That
for
is
him.
really cool.
Oh,
Religious, they're
yeah.
just like us.
They're just
They
like
are.
us.
They're just like
Just
us.
like, how long
Yeah.
have you and been friends?
Maybe 6 or 7 years.
Oh my
Wow.
god,
Maybe it's a little bit less. I don't know.
That is
You can correct me if I'm
beautiful.
wrong,
Wow.
Brovik. Yeah, so I met him. I was a missionary in Seattle, Washington for a little bit,
Oh my gosh,
working
this
at a
guy's
church.
Been around.
I know.
Yeah, so I've done about 5 or 6 years of missionary work in different capacities in different states. But that was great because I love the mountains. I love backpacking and camping. So that was kind of like the vibe. It does rain a lot
All
there,
the
though.
time, yeah. I've
Yeah,
heard.
so
Mhm.
it's
Yes.
like a give or take. But yeah, we were doing a conference called Ignite Your Torch Northwest, and they bring a bunch of religious life of different orders to this one conference for
Nice.
middle school and high school, just high school. So I met him there, and he was rapping. So that's where I met him. And
That is
then
so cool.
I moved to California in Sacramento doing youth ministry with some friends, and he was living in San Francisco. And so they have a big Capuchin Franciscan order there.
Okay.
And then I started discerning religious life with the Franciscans. So I started hanging out with them quite a bit, and I got really tight with Brovik. And then next thing you know, we're really tight. Actually, it's kind of hard to think, do you ever have those friendships where you're like, how did we become friends?
How do you like cross the bridge from acquaintances to like what this is now?
Yeah.
That's how I
Oh,
feel
It's
yeah.
about
kind of
us.
like how I feel.
I'm like, how do we
I just
become
started following her
so
around a lot
intense?
one summer, and
She never stopped.
then one day I like
That sounds weird.
And
Like
then
you
we-
didn't stalk her.
You know,
something
we
else.
worked together.
Okay.
But
at-
then I just
Alive
was
in
like,
you
"Hey,
and-
what are you doing?" And she was like, "I'm just walking down this hallway." I was like, "You mean
like-
we're walking down this hallway?"
yeah, and then
Something in common.
anywhere
We
she
should be
was like,
friends.
anywhere you are, I'll
I'm
be."
going. And
Oh.
then we were just like
Beautiful.
talking, and then summers, like we worked, and then one day I was like, "Hey," she was talking to me on the phone, or we were talking on the phone, and then she was just like, "Oh yeah, I'm running this retreat, and I kind of have like a lot going on," and I was like, "Oh, okay, like I can come to Wisconsin."
She's
She
like,
was
I'll just come talk at the retreat.
yeah.
I was
And
like,
you were like, "What?" And I was like, "I'll just come, right?"
Wow.
And
Wow.
then
And
I
she did.
came, and then after
And
that,
thus
it was
began
like,
our journey of
it
trying to
blasted
expense our
off.
trips to see each other by like
Yeah.
hiring each other to
Do
speak at
things.
something.
Absolutely.
Wow.
That's
the
true
way to-
friendship.
that
That's
is-
secret
I
sauce,
was like,
y'all.
That's
something
the
about
money
me.
move.
We gotta use our connections.
Something about me. I
Gotta
got
be
a
creative
campus
when you work
ministry
in
budget.
ministry.
And it's gonna be my friends coming to speak at things.
Absolutely.
We're getting
Wow.
free hangout flights.
Wow, the
Yeah.
power of friendship, y'all.
I know.
Well,
What a gift.
Malcolm, on our show, we play a game, just kind of like intro,
We like to play
Okay.
you know,
games.
loosen up a little bit. And so we gave you two options.
That's right.
and you chose Would You Rather, which is beautiful.
Why did you choose Would You Rather? Or rather, why did you not choose?
I didn't. You chose it.
Why?
Because I
Why did
cannot.
I?
I'm so bad at making choices. So
Yeah.
I appreciate
this
He
the
is a
help.
couldn't
Good one.
decide between Would You Rather and another game.
So,
and I was like,
yeah.
it's Would You Rather because you not being able to decide is perfect for this game.
Mm.
I love it.
So
Love
we're
it.
going to launch.
So Chenele, hit us with a good
Here we go.
prompt.
Okay. Would you rather, y'all? Would you rather with
We played this
Malcolm on the show?
with my family this summer. Chenele came to visit my family naturally
Hmm.
while I was visiting my family, and she just would be like,
Chenele came
all of a sudden
to my
visit my
parents'
family.
house.
And all of a sudden I like walk in the house and she's sitting with my aunt and she's like, no, but would you rather be a fish or eat a whale? And she was like, what? And I was like, what is happening in this house?
No, but she loved
Wow.
it.
And then
No
everywhere
way.
I would go, she was talking to like another one of my aunts or uncles, a random cousin, and be like, would you rather? And just questions.
It really
Man,
helps
that
crazy.
sounds like
loosen
it's a
up.
different level at your house.
Yeah, she was ice breaking with
Her
everybody.
house is it.
Chenele was like, I'm going to make friends.
Would you rather? Here we go for our first question. We'll put a little drum roll. Insert drum roll here. There we go.
I don't have another hand. Wait, I'll hit
Oh,
one slap and
I'll
then
go
ready?
with you.
Okay. Whoa. One drum's hitting pretty hard.
That's good.
Okay.
That was so bad. I'm
My
sorry.
left hand. No, I thought
Here we
that
go.
was
I'll
good.
do it
That felt right.
Okay.
I'm in it to win it, yo. Okay.
Would you rather
Yes.
swim in a pool full of Nutella or a pool full of maple syrup?
Oh my gosh. Wait. Okay. Oh, this is bad. Nutella or what was the other one?
Maple syrup.
Ooh.
Gosh, I feel like if I was in maple syrup, you would never get it off for weeks. So I'd have to go with Nutella.
Okay.
Pool full of
Throw some
Nutella.
strawberries in that pool. Nutella all day, baby. I'm just laying. You'd probably float in it. Think of how thick it is. You're not really like full in it.
Yeah,
You're just
you're like
laying on
half-
top, eating strawberries, maybe some crepes.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Throw in some ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
Nutella and ice cream. That
I'm
is
ready
where
for
it's at.
Nutella. Pretzels and Nutella. I'm ready.
Oh, I
Okay.
have to depart on that one.
What?
Not
Salty,
pretzels.
sweet? You don't like
Oreo.
pretzels?
Oreo.
Oh,
No,
Oreo
who
and
eats
Nutella.
pretzels?
Sweet bomb.
I
Offensive.
That was
I
probably
just saw your heart just deteriorate.
I love
that was the bottom
pretzels
line.
because they're a gateway to salt. I love salt
She is. She's like a deer.
deeply.
That sounds like a heart attack. That is dangerous.
She is a
Or
deer.
do you know what's really good when you go into the mall and you pass by Auntie Anne's
yeah.
and then
yeah.
you just get hit with this wave. This
Yeah.
just happened to me the other. I went to the mall the
Yeah.
other day and I was passing by and I just got
Hit with the wave. It smells majestic.
no, depart from me, Satan. Get behind me. Just
I don't
couldn't-
need that right
Had to
now.
resist.
That's impressive. All right.
Here we go.
You got another one?
Okay.
Would you rather have a pause button in your life or a rewind button in your life?
Oh,
Wow.
I'll go for the pause button. I feel like if I rewinded it and it was a really good memory, it wouldn't be as good as the first
Because
time.
you already experienced it.
Yeah. Or if
Got
it was
it.
bad, then you wouldn't want to watch that again because it was bad,
Yeah.
But if you pause it, like imagine seeing like a really good sunset.
Ah,
I'm just
okay.
going to freeze. I agree on the pause, especially like
Yeah.
my kids, they're little. Like if I could just pause and like memorize all their little features. But like
Oh, yeah.
rewinding would, like you're saying, like the magic of a moment is that it's like you can't keep doing it. But being able to pause and just sit in it and like appreciate it for what it is,
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
I would pause when Noelle, her oldest daughter, was very little and used to say swandwiches and swirrup instead of
She couldn't-
Is that what she
sandwiches
says?
and
She
syrup.
couldn't say sandwich or syrup.
So she used to say,
Wow.
"Mommy, can I have a swamwich?" Or she used to say, "May I please have?" Or may I please
Can I, may I please?
have
Yes.
some swirrup? And now she
Wow.
says syrup and sandwiches, and it kind of is a bummer. So I would pause.
You would pause.
I would rewind
that.
and then
Life.
pause.
You
Just
would
right
rewind
there.
and pause. She was like, I need both features.
Just right there.
I cannot just have one.
Because it is very sad.
Yeah, that's
so,
fair.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
absolutely.
Oh yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Okay, last
Last
one.
one.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna make. Should we make this deep or like what? Or
No. Do a fun one.
okay, here we go.
I'm down for fun.
Fun one, deep. Okay, would you rather? It's for my married people out here. Be gassy on your first date, or on your wedding night.
Yikes.
I just
Every answer is
I have a
hard.
lot of thoughts about this. I would.
I love that you have a lot of thoughts about this. I feel like there's
Okay,
a story
let's-
there that
let's
you
just
do
get-
not have to tell. You do not have to tell it. Your wife is gonna listen.
Hey,
to
let's
it
just
and she's
get. Let's
gonna
just
be like,
get.
"This
No,
is
no, no.
not-"
Let's just get the elephant out of the room. Everyone is gassy.
Everybody farts.
I think everyone
Everyone
farts.
Those are the
Everybody.
facts. I tell my kids that all the
That's 7
time.
years of marriage right there, and that is 3 months combined wisdom.
Yeah, it's true because I mean, as a guy, you never hear a woman fart. Almost
Yeah.
never.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of guys fart, but I feel like,
Guys like to show it off.
They do.
well, I feel like women secretly like to fart. That's kind of my. It's my
Do we?
take.
I
Is it
guess
true?
we'll never know.
I guess you never know because
We'll
we'll
never
never
admit it.
talk about it.
I
on
actually
the
have
show.
a box inside of my closet where
you hold
I
your
don't.
farts?
I never expel from my bottom. I just like it comes out of my hand and I just release it into the box. It's a secret magical box that women ship around the earth. None of us
Oh my
actually
God.
fart.
The sisterhood of the traveling box.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh! I
The
saw
fart
this thing
box, none
on
of us
on
actually-
That's how it
TikTok
works.
where this guy, the first time that his fiance or wife, when she farted for the first time, he got her a cake that said "your first fart" and dated it and gave it to her as a present.
Literally so wholesome. I love that.
I absolutely love that. Okay, well,
I love that.
everybody does fart, and everybody also cannot skirt the question. So,
Yep.
answer.
There it
First date.
is. First date.
That'd be mine.
Yep. What about you,
You too?
Chenele? Yep. First date.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
sorry. I can't even answer. I'm not.
No, but would you rather in the future? First date. If they can
Hey,
make it
you
through
can go
that,
on
they
a
can make
first
it
date.
through
It's actually
anything.
true.
If they can make
But
it
it
through that.
depends. If it's one of those like little, if it's like a little like, doop, and then like it just kind of
But you're
dissipates.
gassy. That means more than
Ooh.
one.
That's see because
Crop
if it's
dusting.
ooh,
Yeah.
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 You better be walking. You better be doing a romantic stroll. I would
Like if we're taking a walk around the promenade,
Yeah.
if we're taking a walk around the promenade, I could just like poop
That's it.
one and then like keep walking and toop. And
Yeah,
it's like,
I would
wow,
be like,
there-
we're
there
going on a
must be-
romantic stroll
Yeah,
tonight,
like
baby.
we must be near
Little
like
coffee
a,
walk.
yeah, like a sulfur mine or something. But it's like, but I think if I
There's
could
a
like
paper mill. It's not me.
But think
could,
about
like,
it. You
disperse
like
it.
if they are okay with it, then you know you've got
Then
the
you
right
know.
person.
and that
Yeah.
is
That's it.
love.
True love. at its
Marriage
finest.
tips.
Marriage ships.
Romance.
Wow, romance.
Yeah.
I love that. Are you ready for some stories?
I am.
We don't have our little button to dance right now.
We don't.
We normally dance at this part to intro our stories, but
Oh.
I guess
okay.
I'll just
We could
shake
just
my
sit
shoulders.
here.
A little. I just need to like get ready. Get ready for some stories.
Insert the song.
Okay, are we ready?
Yep.
What's your favorite song?
Summertime by Will Smith.
Can you
Do
sing
you know
it?
that one?
Oh yeah.
Can
Oh,
you
yeah.
sing it a little bit for
Summertime. Da, 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 da. Here it is, a groove slightly transformed. Just a bit of a break from the norm. Just a little something to break the monotony of all that hardcore dance that has gotten to be a little bit out of control. It's cool to dance, but what about the groove that soothes the moves? Romance. Give me a soft soulful mix, and if it ain't broke, then don't try to fix it. And think of the summers of the past. Adjust the bass and let the Alpine blast pop in my CD and let me run around and put your car on cruise and lay back because it's the summertime. Check it.
When I say unexpected, dude, that was
That was iconic.
that was amazing. Honestly, that needs to be
That should
the
be
reel.
the song.
That should be the reel.
You know how but you know how we can like set our little box so we can push a button and it's a recording? We need to record that. You need to go in a
You can
little
hire me.
studio.
I've been waiting
and-
for 20 years to
record
do
it.
that.
Yeah, you
Thank
need to record that. That's going to be our little.
Gosh,
Glad to be
We're
here.
going to have to pay Will Smith for that.
Thank you so much for blessing us.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Wow, I
Thank
feel
you.
really ready for stories
I
now.
do.
Oh, yeah.
Launch
I feel,
right in.
I feel the sadness leaving my body. I'm so
Yeah.
happy. Okay. In recent news, Jennifer Aniston was interviewed talking about cancel culture. Very wild. And Jennifer Aniston, obviously, star of Friends, other people too, but she's the queen of my heart. Love Jennifer Aniston. She was talking about how, you know, like there's this whole new generation of like young kids watching Friends and they're like, oh, these jokes don't land because like they're not supposed to land in 2023, right? This is an older show. People said things that might not be as funny now, right? I rewatched Hannah Montana. Newsflash, very offensive to all kinds of groups of people, right? But we didn't know that, or at least didn't pay attention to that. But so she was talking about that and talking about how she just kind of like over cancel culture. And then was like, I'm probably going to get canceled for saying that. And her big question was like, where is the redemption in this? Like, does anyone get a redemption arc anymore where they make a mistake and they can still like move forward with their career? Or is it just like a one and done scenario? So that is the vibe. How do we feel about this era of cancel culture that we're in?
Oh,
Whoa, like, okay.
that's crazy.
Dudes. Okay, so like, okay. Conversion over cancel culture. Definitely believe that. Like, we could offer people opportunities for conversion and change their lives and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I also believe in accountability.
Yeah.
I also believe in nuance. So I think, like, if we're watching something like Friends, it's like, that show was written in what, 1962 or something? Whatever the heck. I did watch all
much.
10 seasons of Friends, and I will
Impressive.
say, unimpressed. I will say.
You
People
didn't
told me to
like it,
watch
yeah.
it, and I didn't want to be that person that never watched it and then
Yes.
said they didn't like it.
But you watched it now. You never watched it when it was like coming
no,
out.
Never
Yeah.
watched it.
Wow.
Yeah,
I feel like
And
that's
Wow.
a different kind of person.
Yeah, and
you
I
know,
watched
like,
it-
if you didn't really watch it in its like just
See,
being
and
released.
people will
it's
make
Yeah.
excuses for Friends upside down ways.
I will.
And that's okay.
like
And
glue
so
in the face.
I think that if we have nuance, right, and if we're saying like, okay, the show was obviously written in a time when like maybe this made a little bit more sense, was a little less passe, then maybe it would make more sense. I don't know. It's like, there's different things like, and this doesn't go for everything, right? So don't cancel me. But it's like, even like Sex in the City, right?
Yep.
Which we don't watch out here. Whatever. Even like Sex in the City, right? In that show, there are no black people in any of the episodes.
Wow.
In
really?
Sex in the City,
Yeah.
in
I've never
Manhattan,
watched that.
New York, there is not one black person on that show.
Wow.
Okay, in The Office, they literally have episodes where like they'll do like sensitivity. They did sensitivity training, and like they all pretended to be different races. All of those things would never land. It's like, you know,
Now.
now, and it's just like, I don't know, but I just try to think of the nuance and the context, and like you always say, like everything makes sense in context, and it doesn't mean that it was appropriate, but we really have to be intentional about what we cancel, because does it even make sense to cancel it? Like it, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like with
Especially
proper
a show, you can't really cancel an actor for a show because it's like they didn't write that.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I feel
You
like
know,
with
like, they
proper
didn't-
discernment.
Same thing with
you know?
something similar that happened with Sandra Bullock and
Yeah.
what was that?
The Blind Side.
The Blind Side.
Yes. and
Yeah, the whole
ended up being
family that
crazy.
he realized through like lawyers that they didn't actually legally adopt him, which scandalizes the whole family in the
Yeah,
show.
thing, yeah.
Absolutely.
But people were trying to cancel Sandra Bullock,
She was
who
like,
and
I
make
just
her
took a
give back
role.
her
who
Oscar.
also her
Yeah.
husband just died, you know,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is crazy.
Very
But
sad. Yeah.
yeah, but just the fact that they're trying to
rest in
cancel
peace.
her when it wasn't written, you know, it wasn't
Yeah.
something that she had
She
had
didn't
nothing to do with it.
decide it. Yeah.
So yeah, I feel that point. You know, I think there has to be a level of that accountability, right?
Yeah.
Like you're saying you're going to cancel this, you're going to cancel that, and logically it follows that you should cancel all these other things.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's true.
But the culture seems to be very picky and choosy about what they want
goes.
to. Yeah, whatever suits the culture.
Yeah, it's very interesting,
Very
and it's like,
fascinating.
hey, I don't know. It's almost like right now in the year of our Lord 2023, I'll watch shows and I'm like, okay, I will rewatch The Office until they put me in the ground. You can just
Yep.
put me with the tablet.
The
and
dinner
it's
party?
playing.
Oh,
How did you know I literally? That's my mom.
Did you ever see the bloopers?
Yes.
You know when he takes the
takes the
TV
TV
and it goes,
and
"Oh,
Jim
hold on."
just loses it. Yeah. And that is like my favorite episode. And so like I will watch that show over and over and over again. And I'll
Yep.
watch episodes where I'm just like, this is the craziest, like would never make it. You know, even Parks and Rec, which you and your husband love, like something parts of that show would just like never make
That
it
would
now.
never land.
And
Yeah.
it's just, I don't know, you just have to watch it in context. And sometimes things do come forward and actors will be like, yeah, we realize that wasn't even in good taste back then. Like
Yeah.
that was kind of
We should have been a little.
Yeah.
we should have been a little bit more like whatever. But then other things, it's like, no, this show is actually meant to be irreverent, or it was meant to be
Yes.
kind of this way.
And like
So
the
it's like,
sensitivity training episode of The Office, like it's meant to
be-
exaggerate how wild people can be sometimes.
yeah, so it's like
supposed to
in
be
context,
like that.
maybe if we saw it the way that it was, not that it makes it more comfortable, but you know what I'm saying?
No, I do get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do think, I don't know, when I was in college, I interned at a jail doing like ministry stuff. And we were big on like the restorative justice things. And so the actual jail chaplain that I worked for, he would do like restorative justice with like victims and offenders and would like sit and like mediate those. So I got to like witness some of those. And when I think about that, like somebody who literally like hurt a family so bad, and like there was like a story about like a man who like had killed this woman's child, and then like he's sitting with her and she is like communicating with him, and
Oh,
they're
man.
seeing each other face to
Wow.
face. I'm like, when people like that can restore, and there's like restorative justice in this like beautiful moment of forgiveness and like understanding in the most horrific of circumstances, you're telling me that we can't like let people restore their reputation, and we can't like let people have like redemption or any sort of like, hey, I made a mistake and I'm growing and I'm whatever. And like, if we were all like celebrities, like I've done some stuff in my life that like
Oof,
I would
never wanna
love
be famous.
to be able to just like, let's all move forward, you know? And like now
Yeah.
that you're married, it's like in your marriage, it's like, I would love to not be like, whoop, divorce, you know? Like that's crazy when you look about
Yeah.
it in that
Malcolm's
context.
like,
it's
don't
that's
even
crazy,
say that
right?
in my atmosphere.
Yeah, right.
I rebuke that.
But it's like crazy, right? To think about like having no redemption, no sort of like,
Anti-redemptive
Yeah.
culture.
Yeah.
You
absolutely.
know?
Yeah.
But there's something more powerful when you see someone who's in that situation that
Yep.
can forgive someone who does a horrific thing,
Mm-hmm,
right? Like you look back to John Paul II in 1979
Oh,
when
yeah.
the trained assassin shot point blank range, should have killed him.
Yeah.
It was millimeters of an inch. And I don't know if you know much about like the pain he goes through afterwards, but they cut all the way down, most from the neck all the way down. Well, maybe like below the neck, you know, really far down.
Yep.
And so his intestines, the way he ate, changed his whole entire life. His whole life was physically changed, where he can only eat very small, subtle things throughout
Yeah.
the day. He goes straight into the jail and talks to the guy, like face to face. You see pictures of him; it's crazy. But you see him just saying, you know, like he's forgiving him and he's talking about him, and the guy's just like, "Why are you sitting here
Yeah.
in front of me? You should be dead."
Yeah.
So there's something really powerful when you see something like that happen. Oh my gosh, crazy,
Yeah.
crazy.
Wow, dude.
That's so true.
So I'm saying like conversion over cancellation. I think we're all on the same página. And
Yep.
I think that like, to give an example involving Jennifer Aniston,
Yeah.
I don't mean to blast this chick like this, but just a
You don't
couple
have
weeks
to.
ago, no, I'm going to blast her.
Yeah.
Just a
I
couple
won't
weeks
blast
I
her,
mean,
but I'm
you
gonna
don't have
blast
to
her.
feel bad.
Oh, in
Go
a
for it.
charitable way, because Christian. Just a couple weeks ago, Jennifer Aniston, or before that, she had liked a tweet or an Instagram post by Jamie Foxx, where Jamie Foxx had said they had context. They had killed Jesus. Who's to say that they won't like sacrifice you too, or something like that. some tweet like that. In cultural, and then he hashtagged fake friends. Cultural context, okay, with brown people will say like, oh, like a lot of brown people will say, oh, girl, they killed Jesus, like they'll get after you too. Like, and just to say that people that are your friends might also kind of betray you. And that's just an expression. It's not like it's not like I'm making an explicit commentary, social commentary on the like people back then.
Yep.
And so that's the context. Black people that liked that Instagram post and other people that understood that context were like, oh yeah, hashtag fake friends. Totally get it, Jamie. Like, you might have people in Hollywood that betray you, whatever. Jennifer Aniston liked that Instagram post. Okay. Weeks later, now a group of, of people were like, Jamie Foxx needs to apologize because we're canceling Jamie Foxx. He needs to apologize because I was
tweeting that.
Because that was very offensive to the people who could perceivably have had a role in Jesus's crucifixion, and black people were like, wait a minute, no, he's not actually talking about like Jesus's crucifixion. So then Jennifer Aniston was like, I want to apologize to all Jewish people and all people that are offended by this tweet. I had no part in what that said, and I am ashamed that I liked it. And people are like,
she's trying to not get canceled,
so,
which makes sense. Which she was like, I don't want to get.
I don't want to get canceled. So it's
Yeah.
an interesting thing, and I bring that up because of like cultural context, right? So it's like when people say things, right, or people have jokes or people have expressions, everything makes sense in context. Maybe not a context that we might understand, but I think that's why we jump so quick to cancel culture, because not all of us live in the same have the same lived experiences.
Yeah.
So it's much
Right.
easier for me to be like, nope, like let's delete that person from the complete framework of whatever. But if that person was from Wisconsin and made some joke about something that makes sense to you guys, I'd be like, oh, I don't get it. So I refuse to be a part of that conversation, versus, so it's
Right.
just so interesting.
It's
and
so
I think,
interesting.
but I think the conclusion of that is just like, a lot of us don't have time to actually do the work and the research that it takes to actually cancel people.
Life is already so busy. I do not have the time
No, and I
to
don't care.
research.
Like, I can't keep up on who's canceled. Like, today we were like, is Lizzo canceled? Like, I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
I can't keep up. I don't know what's going on all the time.
Don't have
And
the
it's okay.
time.
And you have to also think about like how much of these conversations that we're like, oh, like this celebrity said this celebrity said that. Like, these people have like publicists and whole social media teams that say this, this, and this. And so like them saying, like, what does that
It's like
even
not
mean
reality,
anymore?
like
Yeah,
full
like,
reality of what they're saying.
you're not like actually hearing what these people are saying most of the time. A lot of times when they're doing those like announcement, I'm sorry that I whatever, that's not like me if I were like, I'm so sorry you guys that I said this, this, and this, like to my couple of friends. Like that's them having like a paid person that's telling them what to say and not to say to try to survive, which like I can't imagine what those publicists are getting paid now because you guys like to try to not get your client canceled in
It's
2023.
It's crazy.
Full-time job.
Yeah, and I feel like I'd just be stressed the whole time.
Oh,
you know,
so
like
stressed.
wouldn't be surprised if these publicists are high risk for heart attack,
Oh yeah.
cardiac arrest.
Just constantly stressed.
It's too
And I
much.
think the public is generally getting a sense that there's no way you can trust what media is saying.
Yeah.
There's no, and I think because of, post-pandemic and through the pandemic, there was so much misinformation that was thrown out, and there just a large increase in distrust in anything that is trying to publicize
Yes.
things. So it's just, I wonder what it's going to look like in like a few years,
Yeah,
even in
no,
like 3
it's
years.
fascinating.
Yeah.
I hope that
It's
in a few
fascinating.
years I can just be laying in my bed and maybe they'll just the FBI agent that listens to me on my phone can just like send all that information that I need to know to my phone, and then they can just like zap me in the brain with
Yeah.
all the info I need to know.
And you don't have to.
And I don't have
Learn
to do
anymore.
anything. And at that point, I can
That sounds
go
nice.
to my fart box in the closet, release all my
Do your
gas
little
in there.
zaps.
Yeah,
Yep.
do my little zaps.
Stress relief.
Stress
Stress
relief.
relief.
And I just
Yeah.
really don't have to deal with anything. That's what what I hope. Like just a few years from now, me and
That's
my
a good
husband
dream.
will live on our homestead, and we'll just
Ooh, I
kind
love
of
that.
hang
Oh,
out.
she's
A few years.
I'm gonna make my own
Journey now.
butter. Who
Gentlemen.
knows?
Gentlemen, if
If-
you want a home,
If you want to make your own butter with me. No, that sounds weird, right?
super weird.
Go ahead, intro
You
the
haven't
next story.
making your own butter, but I don't want to talk about that right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Next story. Iconic show. Have you ever watched Love Is Blind?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Thank God.
Ex.
Okay. Did
Yeah.
you watch season 4?
Nope, I did not.
That's actually
Sorry.
really good for you because crazy people. But
They're
you
all
know
crazy.
the context
Yeah.
of Love Is Blind. For anybody who hasn't seen it, essentially, people go into a pod, can't see the people next to them. They chat,
Mm-hmm.
get engaged, go meet them, go on a vacation, do this whole thing, and then they're supposed to get married within like 30 days. Isn't it like 30 days from
It's
that?
a very
It's
short amount of time.
Very
Yeah.
short. So, season 4 trailer for the After the Altar stuff just came off. Just came out. So it's like a year after they like got married or chose to not get married, and they all get together and they make them do crazy stuff. In the trailer, it was like they're all playing like group games. I was like, what is happening? Let these people live. But so they're all back together. Super high drama. The question I have for you is the question that they ask in that show.
Oh, here we go.
Is
here we go.
love truly blind?
Oh, wow, that went deep.
I know,
That's the
right?
little subject,
Ironically.
the little question under it, Jasmine.
Oh, how important is physical attraction?
Whoa.
But focus on the first. But that's a little
little
nudge
spice.
for you. a little
I don't think love is
nudge.
truly blind. I think you need both. I think
Hot
you
take,
need, and
hot
this kind of
take.
goes into the second question. I think you need to both love the personality and you need to be physically attracted. Because what if you're with your person and you say, "Wow, I love your personality so much. You're so sweet. You're so fun, but you ugly."
That would be a bummer.
I think you get slapped in the face.
I think you would.
There might be divorce.
That might be it.
Makes sense because there's something inside where you need both. Because I think that kind of goes into a deeper thing too, right? Because it goes into, am I just a soul or am I separate from my body or is it together? I think that kind of like says something, right? Same way, like if you think in the context of saying, you know, sticks and stones can break my bones, words can never hurt me. You can say a really bad insult and offend that person.
Yeah.
Or flip it the other way. You can punch someone and it becomes personal.
Yeah.
So there's something where you
True.
need to.
They're interwoven.
They're interwoven. Yeah. So
That's a word.
I think the Love Is Blind that I watched was the one that was in Chicago. Which
we
one
know
was
the
that
one.
one?
Yeah.
With that was crazy drama.
The couple. Isn't the couple that we really like from Chicago?
Cameron and Lauren.
Or were they the season before that?
Black.
I think
They were before
Cameron and
that.
Lauren were the first season, which was the
Yes.
season where they didn't all live in the same cities.
Yes.
Remember, like before
They
they,
were
learned their
like-
lesson?
Yeah.
They lived all over the place. So then they had to be like, well, who's going to move where? And that was a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
the Chicago one, they all actually lived in Chicago.
Yeah.
Isn't that the one with the guy that was super, what was his name? I don't know, but he
Is
was.
he the tall blonde?
Oh, wait,
dude?
that guy? That like
Yeah.
Wisconsin
Shane?
dude?
No.
Shane?
Shane.
Shane.
Yep.
Shane.
Shane.
I actually love Shane.
and
but-
I love Shane. He's a vibe.
Pray for
Do you
him.
know he is on a new reality show? I don't know what
Yes.
it is,
Ultimatum?
but yes, I think so.
Yeah.
He's on a new one, so
and that
God
man
bless.
is looking for love.
Shane, I hope you can find
Wrong
love.
places.
You've been looking for love in all the wrong places. It's been hard for him. And then there was that guy in that season that once they like saw each other, he was like, I'm just not physically attracted to her at all.
Oh,
and he
yeah,
was
that guy.
super mean about
Oh,
how
he
she
was
like
so
wasn't
bad.
skinny and like he was horrible.
Didn't he say like, "Are you light enough for you to jump on my shoulders and for me to walk you around?" And she looked
Yes.
over like,
He was like
Yeah.
asking questions to all the girls. Like, if I were to try to like pick you up, would I be able to?
yeah.
And they were like, I don't think you're on the right show. Like,
If-
there's a different show
if
for
we
this.
were in
and
a
I don't think this is
rowboat
it. Would we tip?
It's just like so crazy. And you know,
Yes,
they,
he was like asking the weirdest way.
Oh,
and they were
yeah.
like, we know
crazy
you're
because
asking
like
fat.
there's been so many commentaries on this same question, right? So like I saw a video I think on YouTube from The Cut that does like all of these like quick interview format things, YouTube style. And so they did one where they had like young adults behind or blindfolded. And so one man was like blindfolded and then he had like 5 girls And it was just like, is love blind, right? Can you make a love connection by
I've
not?
seen this.
Right?
I know
And then
what you're talking-
the guy, one of the guys was like, at the end of talking, he was like, hey, can I just like, can I give you a hug? And they started finding out that he was hugging the women to get a feel for like, for like what they physically were like, because he had a blindfold on, so he couldn't see them. So then the women started figuring out like, oh, he's not just hugging us because he like enjoyed our conversation.
See what our vibe is.
He like wants to see feel like what the energy is with the body, and so it's like and so it's like it's just like
we all trying to figure that out,
right? We're all trying to see about, but it's just like they've been doing this kind of commentary question forever, of just, can someone truly authentically connect? Is it vain to do that? Is it horrible to do that? To say like, hey, can I just go, like, hey, would you mind if we hugged or whatever? Like, is that bad that he did that? Is, like,
it's hard to know what his intention is. I didn't watch it.
No, but it's like,
I think there is a genuine connection though. Like you do want to, there is like
a physical feeling.
Yeah. Like after you get to know someone, like you want to go deeper. You want to have a deeper communion. Right. So I think there is something beautiful there, but it could be very misdirected and it could be used against someone to use someone.
I know. And I think the premise of these shows, I think they're interesting to watch. At the end of the day, I'm like, it really makes people seem like monsters if they want to be physically attracted to their future spouse. And I'm like, that's not like a monstrous thing. Like, that's normal. Like, if my husband was like, it was all personality for me, babe. Like, there was nothing. It was just personality. I would be like, you know what?
What's his personality like?
Yeah, like if he... No, I'm saying like if he to me was like, oh, baby, like it was just about your personality.
Oh, okay.
Nothing about your, like, I would be kind of offended. I'd be like, so you don't think I'm cute? But like same to my husband. Like I'm sure he wouldn't love if I was like, oh, you made me laugh so much, but I did not think you were cute. Like that's not nice.
Yeah.
Like that's
for a second I thought you were
brutal.
saying that actually happened.
No, I was
you
saying
are a unicorn in this universe.
Malcolm was like, I think we all just need to like sit down and talk.
No. No, I'm saying like that would be offensive. Like if my spouse was like, I'm not really like into you like that, but I like talking to you and I'll talk to you forever. Like that's not what I want.
That sounds so bad.
It sounds so bad.
Yeah.
But like that's what we're trying to push is like, oh, it shouldn't matter what the person looks like. It should just matter what's on the inside. And like you don't need to marry some like crazy, like society puts all these pressure on like somebody being so aesthetically perfect by like their definition of perfect. Like that's not what we're saying. But like there has to be an aspect of like physical attraction, physical desire for a relationship to sustain in that way.
And I think that's why Love is Blind. There's such a low statistic of people that are actually getting married in the end.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you need both. When you go on a first date, you don't do blind dates for like a literal blind date for multiple dates. It's just so weird.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah. And I wonder how much of that is really that the problem is they didn't see each other, what they looked like to figure out if they were into them, but like the lack of being able to read someone's body language, being able to have eye contact. Like there's so much communicated by the way that someone like communicates to you with their body that you're not getting behind a wall. And like same with, people communicating on social media, people doing all of that. Like there's so much that is missed in not being able to like see the person's expression that you might have had this conversation with somebody and thought like, oh, they feel this way, or they're going to be really like tender and compassionate. But then like when they're talking to you about it in real life, they're like arms crossed, looking the other way, hardly paying attention. And then you're like, well, what was this? Like I thought we would have this like deep connection, and we never did because you never even like looked in this person's eyes and like been able to feel it,
Well, this is kind of a question out of left fields.
Yeah.
What's like, have you ever had a really crazy date where everything just went wrong?
Yes.
You did?
Yeah. Remember when I went to, did I tell you about, no, not that one. No.
She said more than one.
Oh,
no.
More than one.
I want to hear this one now.
I won't.
No, that's my boundary. Mental health. So
it's good.
Do
Mental
your
health is
mind.
good.
Do your mind.
I went on this date with this guy. We went to Panera. And
Where were you
first,
living at this time?
Colorado.
Yeah. Okay.
And first, Panera, like it's expensive hospital food, but I digress. So we met at Panera, and he was like, he drove like an hour and a half. We had met on a dating app, and he was like nice, and I was like, okay, whatever. And he drove like an hour and a half, so I was like, okay,
He was
whatever.
committed.
Yeah, he was committed. He was like kind at that point. We met there. As soon as I walked in, he was like already waiting at the end of the line, and he immediately, like, you know, when you see someone, right, and like your partner, right, like your husband or your wife, and you're kind of like, ooh, like, oh my gosh, you're cute, and you give them kind of like a little sideways, a little up down, whatever, and it's like there can be like a little like appreciative up down look of like, oh wow, you're so cute, and then like a scary one. So it was the latter. So then like,
Can you give it to the camera?
yeah, it was kind of like like
That's too long of eyes.
yeah,
Too
like
long
really
of eyes.
scary, and like the eyes got bigger. It was scary.
He was trying to scan you. He was gonna murder you.
It was giving robot
gonna-
scan.
yeah.
It was
Oh
very
my
much giving robot
gosh.
scan. So then like we are in line after that. I'm like standing in line. I didn't even know what to get, so I just ordered like a scone. So because I'm just so
You were
like
stressed.
I'm so stressed. So then we go and we sit down. And I'm just ripping apart this scone. I didn't even eat it. And it was, what a shame, because it was like an orange, it was their orange marmalade one, which is so good. Only good thing at Panera. And
You literally love Panera. We'll talk about it later.
When you're okay, so when
Their
she's
mac and
stressed, you got to
cheese.
get her scones.
I know.
That's
the
so
orange
true, and then
scones.
I can take it
I
from
did
you.
go to Panera. Pause. I did go to Panera 2 days ago. And after I dropped you off at the airport, was that yesterday?
Yesterday.
And I literally spent $20 at Panera.
Panera is so expensive.
What the heck?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
sat down. They have two types of mac and cheese now: regular mac and cheese and broccoli cheddar mac and cheese. Sounds good.
It's
No, it
So
sounds
then-
bad.
Regular.
That sounds
Okay,
bad.
that
So
sounds
then I asked for the regular one, and they gave me the broccoli cheddar
Oh,
one.
no, no, no.
And then they were like, "Hey, you get a free baguette," and I was like, "I don't want a baguette. Can I have an apple?" And they were like, "Take the baguette." So
Their
then
baguettes are it.
Oh.
no, so then she
Dip
gave
that
me a
in the mac and
baguette,
cheese?
and I literally was like,
it
"No, it's
hard?
okay. Okay." So I watched this woman just take the mac and cheese bag out of the water because it's just
That is what
boiling
they
in
do,
like
yeah.
plastic
And then they
bag.
just rip it
Cut
open
it
and
and
pour
poured
it
it
in.
in there. I was like, whatever, okay. And then I saw her just get a baguette from the back
With her
and
bare
just
hand.
rip it with her bare fingers, like nails.
Oh no.
And I was like, dude. Anyway, good night.
You're
so
done with Panera.
I'm done with Panera. So
Okay, I'm proud of you.
ripping this scone apart. We're talking. I'm like, okay, what is this conversation? I'm like, so what do you do for fun? Da, 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 whatever. And we're talking. And then he's like, I've always wanted to go see Mount Rushmore. And I'm like, that's cool. I don't know where that is. And he was like, it's just somewhere in South Dakota, North Dakota. I don't know. Kansas.
You're
and
doing
so
great.
and so he's talking. I'm like, oh, you should just go do it. Like, live, be free, whatever. And he's like, yeah, we should totally go. And I'm like,
He was gonna bury you.
I just met
I don't
you.
know. I'm
I
like,
think he
this
was going to
is-
bury me under Mount
Yeah.
Rushmore.
He's
And
gonna do
so,
this, is
so
creepy.
he's like, we should totally go. And I'm like, I don't really know about that. And so then he's like talking. And I'm like, okay, oh, wow, yeah. He's like, have you ever seen Ace Ventura? And I'm like, the Pet Detective? And I was like, no, I haven't, but my friends have. And he was like, you should come over for a movie night. And I was like, with your friends? And he was like, no, like we could just have a movie marathon. And I was like, is everything okay?
He lives an hour and a half from you.
Yeah.
Oh,
and so he was like, we
man.
can have a movie marathon. You can stay over. We can just like blah, blah, blah. And he was like, and then like this summer we can like do a little road tripping. Okay.
What time of year was this?
Huh?
When was this?
It was in spring, girl.
This
It
summer?
was giving spring summer. It was giving spring summer. It
Oh
was
my
literally
God.
February. It was February. And he was like, we can go on a little road tripping to Mount Rushmore. Like, I want to see
it is in the
busts
middle of
old
nowhere.
white men in
Panera,
Kansas.
and then
Yeah.
invited you to Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. And then he was like, we should have an Ace Ventura marathon. I don't even know like what
That
that
sounds
movie
so
is.
weird.
Wait, how
It's
did
so
you?
weird.
How did you cut it off?
So then I went to the bathroom, of course, as
Did you
women
sneak out?
as women do. I wish there's no windows
no
in the
window.
Panera
I know
bathroom.
No
you
exit
scoped it out.
strategy.
Another
I know you
reason why
scoped it out.
Panera blows. And so I went to the bathroom. I called my friend and I was like, Lily, call me back in like 20 minutes. Call me
classic.
back.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I am a fool and forgot to take my phone off Do Not Disturb. So she called me back, but it never rang. So I'm sitting there and he's just like, so Chenele, like, I love that you're a youth minister. I love that you like talk about God. And I'm like, thanks. And
It's like the bare minimum.
then he
Let's
was
do it.
like, hey, I ordered like a sandwich. Do you want to split it? And I was like, it has been an hour. And so then he ordered a sandwich, and I was like, I was hungry because I ripped my scone into crumbles. So I was like, sure. So then I was like, hey, do you want to pray? And he was like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And so then I was like, bless us, O Lord, and these are gifts or whatever. And I started.
Did he even say anything?
No, he was like, yeah, sure, go ahead. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Was eating his sandwich as I was praying. And then he was like, hey, thanks for that. That was dope.
Oh
And so then we like finished this like hell date, I think, and it was crazy. And so then I'm like, hey, Dante, thank you so much. Dante, I hope you're watching this. Thank you so much
Jasmine
for like, thank you so much for this time together. I had a great time. Thank you. And he was like, okay, yeah, let's roll. He was like, I'll walk you to your car. And I was like,
Oh, no.
Not necessary.
it's like, it's actually not necessary. I actually don't drive. I float. I should have just friggin' like ascended. And so then he's like walking me to my car, and he's putting his hand on the crest of my back. Dude.
No.
Yeah, dude.
No.
And I'm literally, I feel like,
So cringe.
yeah, this is it, right? So he puts his hand on the bottom of my back, and I'm
Like that.
yeah, like that little like,
Just like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
like that little like,
you know that you do with someone you're
thing.
like intimate with?
yeah, you're like touching the small.
He's like, I
the
bought you
small.
half a sandwich, so I'll do it.
I bought you half a sandwich.
This
and
is the
friggin-
half of sandwich reward.
Yeah, and he paid for like a green tea, his own green tea, and he didn't even let me get a drink. He asked for a water cup and then made me get a non-water in my water cup while the Panera workers were looking at me. It was so ghetto. So then he like walked me to my car, small on my back. I get to my car. He opens my door. I'm like going in my car. He tries to like stop me, like in a romantic comedy way where they're like, oh, like they like,
no.
yeah, like, and dude, I'm like standing there and I'm like, OMG. And he's like, oh, I had so much fun. Like, I would love to do this again. And I'm like, and so then I literally didn't say anything. And he gave me like the tightest hug. Yeah.
Oh,
He gave me
man.
the tightest hug ever, which is why I also put my keys in between my nuts.
Yep. I was gonna say, did you have
I might
the
not
girl
get a good
hold?
grip.
You gotta have
but
that hold.
I could
girl.
do like a little dent.
Oh,
in your
the
little-
amount my
Yeah.
keys are always between my fingers like that. I'm like,
And so then he gave me like the tightest hug ever. I got in my car, and then I like started my car and was just like sweating because I was like, dude, that was
Did
the
you
worst
lock right
experience.
away?
Yeah, I locked right
Yeah.
away. And then
Smart.
I put my car into reverse, and then all of a sudden,
no.
boom, 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 on my window. He knocks and he's like, baby,
Baby.
you forgot your sandwich. Because I didn't even eat the half a sandwich.
I would've been like, I don't give
If you got the
a-
sandwich, I
I
got for
don't
you.
care about a sandwich.
So then he like, I rolled down my window literally enough for like my mouth to go through it. And he squeezed my sandwich through the window. And then he texted me when he got home, asked if I got home. I never talked to him again. And I blocked his number. So,
Wow.
so there you
What?
go. Hope you got something to work.
I was
off
not
of,
ready
Malcolm.
for that.
Yeah, it was scary.
This is sad.
Oh my! Have you ever
Wait,
heard?
do you have a good bad one?
Not like that. No.
Well, you still have to tell. That was like Oscar winning. That is a
Has
good
Dante
bad
ever
date.
put his hand on the small of your back, Malcolm?
Nope.
Or no?
Never happened
Have
me.
you been personally victimized by
Have you been
Dante?
personally victimized by Panera? Because
Or Dante's.
yeah,
Have you ever heard of Second Date Update?
no.
Okay, so there's some like radio shows that do this, but the one that I
Okay.
listen to is from Seattle. Super funny. But basically, if you don't hear back after the first date, you can call the radio station and they'll call that person on behalf of that person who's not hearing back.
Oh my
And
gosh.
they try to figure out like what happened on the date. So they first get the scoop from the person
I
who calls in.
love this.
Then they call the person and then you get the actual
get, like, the
story
real
of what
scoop.
happens.
Yeah.
So something kind of similar. It reminded me of this one story I heard. I've listened to way too many.
Never
This is
enough.
amazing. Thank
Never
you for
enough.
telling us.
Oh,
about
Content.
it's incredible. So this person, like the date did not go well at all. And it was like at a restaurant, whatever. So what she did, maybe this is something you should take into note next time if this
Okay.
happens, if you're at Panera. She
Yeah.
went into the bathroom and then she made like a text to her friend, and she said, just pretend like you're a cop and that I'm getting arrested. So she goes back to the table, la-di-da-di-da, things look fine. And then someone dressed like a cop comes in and arrests her in the restaurant and then just leaves. And he never heard back from her. That was her exit strategy to get out of the date.
That's iconic. I need
Isn't
to buy
that amazing?
costume. I need to go to
The
Spirit
way
Halloween.
that I
Find a
don't
cop friend.
have any friends that are even that committed to my well-being.
No, the amount I would. I'm
Okay.
gonna go on Spirit Halloween's website right after this. I'm getting a cop costume. So is my
Dude.
husband. We're all showing up.
Wow.
Our kids dressed as cops.
Dude, that
we're
sounds
doing it.
nuts.
Oh, it is.
That is wild.
Yeah. So you hear some crazy things,
That's
you know,
commitment.
either people backing out or people canceling dates for crazy things. There was another date where this girl ghosted the guy because when they were going for a walk, he took like a little, like the dog poop. He was walking his dog and he put it in someone's neighbor's trash bin that was outside. And she goes, well, she didn't say this, but she said this on the phone. This is the craziest thing ever. What kind of,
What?
a-hole does that? Like how
What?
destroying society and
What?
neighbors.
Squeeze?
The trash that was like at the
Oh,
road,
yeah.
ready to be picked up.
Oh,
Yeah.
she needs to
Oh,
touch
yeah.
some
I do
grass.
that.
Yeah,
She
she
needs
needs to
to
touch
kick
some
some
grass.
some
That's
rocks.
pretty
She
crazy.
needs to
You know?
reconnect with the world.
Yeah,
that
that's
is not
pretty-
the craziest
that's
thing
pretty
that was
nuts.
even happening on
Yeah,
that
yeah,
street.
yeah.
That is not the craziest thing.
Yeah.
Wow. Meanwhile, he's not trying to flew you out to Mount Rushmore, girl.
Yeah,
so I think
it's
you're
like-
okay.
Which is in the literal nowhere of the country.
That's
There's
scary.
Okay,
nothing.
what state is Mount Rushmore in?
I think it's South Dakota.
Okay,
Is
when
it
you
South
say
Dakota?
South Dakota,
I've
I'm gonna say
literally
north.
been there.
What's your guess?
No, I'm pretty sure it's South Dakota. I think he's right.
Okay.
Are you Googling it?
South Dakota. It's
Oh,
South Dakota.
we got a thumbs up from
South. Okay.
the production
Got
team.
it. Yeah. So, the conclusion is that love is not blind because
not.
I talked to
Love has
Dante
eyes.
with my mind and my heart, and it was good. It was cool. And then when I saw him, it was kind of scary.
The
All I
the
have in
energy
that
was
date
off.
is the sandwich coming through the window.
That is my favorite thing.
I'm seeing the sandwich falling apart as
It's
it's
just
being
like-
squeezed
Dude.
It's
through.
like and some
Dude,
bushing.
it was just like the most GHETTO ghetto date of my life. So scary and just
That's
like too
horrible.
much. And so yeah, I just think if there was I don't know. Love is not truly blind, I
Love
guess,
isn't
because
blind.
when I saw
No.
that guy, I mean, he was like cute, like he was in pictures, but like the personality.
But that's what I'm saying.
the
It's not
personality
about
just,
really like
didn't
face
really-
whatever. It's like, do
Mm-hmm.
I
What's the
vibe
vibe?
with this
Yeah.
person to a point that
Yeah.
like I find you attractive because of all of this, like our like bounce off of each other conversation. That's just like very exciting and fun.
In person is
that's
everything.
different.
You know,
Like,
even
what are your thoughts
even
on
for
Ace
online
Ventura?
dating, it's kind of limited. Sorry, I know there's some people that have done well with that, but it's true
Truth.
though. Like you can't get a personality even with a picture.
Yeah.
So I mean,
You gotta wait till you meet up and see what it is.
Like you could say like, oh, their attraction is mid, but then you go like in person, they're like, oh, that's actually like she's
That's like it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And on a
yeah.
and on a finale, like on a conclusion,
What?
the way that my
She's trying to wrap us
self-esteem
Oh, okay.
the way that my self-esteem is
Sorry, I didn't
not
speak French.
me. No, it's okay. I'm sure that wasn't even French.
She's
That was
like
just
me.
me.
I'm
Conclusion.
sophisticated.
That was just me. I mean, I've been to Mount Rushmore, so. But like
Don't
the
know where it is.
conclusion, yeah, it's
Maybe.
like my self-esteem is not set up for the people that lie to our faces, and they're
Yeah.
like, oh, like people immediately. I never wish divorce on anyone. But immediately I can perceive divorce when you meet people that are like, oh my gosh, when I first met Tommy, like I was immediately unattracted to him. Ugliest guy I've ever met in my life. But the
then-
way that he made me laugh. And I'm like, girl, does
What?
Tommy have like 2 ears connected to a heart? Because it's like I would not
'Cause
make
I don't
it.
think you should say that.
Yeah, because I don't
Yeah.
think you should
Yeah.
say that. And I think we need to stop pretending like we need to have nuance and proper discernment. And we can
Yep.
stop pretending like we're all just super into people's personalities or we're all just into people's bodies.
Just looks.
And just
like,
like,
how about both?
how about
Yeah.
both? Que nos dos, you know?
There it
And
is.
we can have like,
I don't even know what you said.
this from that
Why
like
not?
taco commercial where they're like, do you want soft shell or hard shell? And she's like, que nos
Can
dos.
I say-
So it's like,
All the
but it's
time.
like, you know, we need to just give it a break and say, hey, I'm looking for a hottie with a body with some thoughts.
There it is.
You
I
know,
want the whole thing.
I want the whole thing.
Beautiful.
I want the whole thing.
There it is.
I want all of that.
All that. There
and
it
a
is.
bag.
I love that. Am I gonna watch Love Is Blind? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it crazy?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
That's it.
Wow.
That's it.
Commentary.
Do you have
Love it.
anything you want to say before we end?
Yeah. Be real. Yeah. That's all I got.
Honestly,
I don't got
I'm gonna
much.
take that to
between
heart.
you
I'm gonna get that
rapping
tattooed on my arm.
between you rapping summertime,
I'm
and
never gonna forget that. For
I'm
the
never
rest of my
gonna
life.
forget
That
that.
is
whole-
Am I the first?
Actually
Am I the
thought-
first?
Yeah.
person that's rapped on our show. Yes.
I actually thought you were only gonna give us like 8 seconds of it, but the fact that you gave us like a
Yeah,
full
you know,
20 seconds,
I
just felt the vibe, you know, and
It
I
was
just
amazing.
that was
Yeah.
the vibe. Thank
It was
you for
amazing.
You're
thank you
welcome.
for knowing the bar and then just like leaping over
leaping
it.
over it.
I loved it.
Jasmine, do you think we have time for one if you know the words to the song?
To be honest, yes.
Okay, got it. Okay, we have
Yes.
time for
But
one.
you have to do it. I don't have a song in my head.
Okay, here we go. So we're gonna play one, and basically I'm just gonna sing a little thing, and you're just gonna have to guess with Jasmine. She'll work with you.
We'll work together. We're a team.
Oh,
All right,
great.
but
Let's do
first,
this.
there's an intro. There was a clap for everyone that's not watching. That was a clap.
A high five
A high five
is what
Ooh,
it's called.
That's what it's called.
in normal life.
Why did I say clap?
Any other
Clap,
day.
where someone's 5 fingers met another person's 5 fingers.
Clap. Okay. First, I'll sing the song. Okay. If you know the words to this song, sing along, sing along. And
Wait, is that it?
That's all she's
Oh,
gonna
come
do.
on. Are you serious? Oh,
Do it
man.
again. Do it
Sorry.
again.
and
Is it and? You said and?
And. It was and.
Is it
and
Is it Celine Dion? No. Okay.
Man.
That's what I thought it was.
he got it. He got it.
oh my gosh.
And I will always love you. I think it's a trio. We
Dang.
did that like very well.
That was pretty.
Yeah,
that
that's
was
good.
really good.
Would never have
Wow.
got that.
I can't believe you got.
Can you give us another
The,
one?
Yeah.
I would say the note was a little long.
Honestly? Roaster. Yes.
What is that
Welcome
about?
to the show.
Get the heck
Wait,
off.
can we do
So
another
I
one? I
am
want to
com-
really lean
Okay,
in.
let me
Oh,
see.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
One more. This is our redemption arc.
Yeah, this is.
See? Redemption.
Does it have to be? Okay, wait.
Oh, getting for real. The hat is off.
This is a part of a song too. This is not even the beginning. This
Oh,
is
no.
gonna be hard. Or does it
No,
need
do
to be
it.
the
Do it,
beginning?
do it. Nope, any part.
I like challenges.
Okay, everybody. Okay, here we go.
We did really good last round.
Ev-
Ev.
Ev?
Every time we touch. No.
Do it one more time.
Ev- Is this too loud for the kids? Can
No.
they hear me? Okay.
Sing a little more of it.
Every.
Gosh, I'm terrible at this. Do you know what? Do you have any
No.
idea?
We're rating your Christianity. Are you good Christians or bad Christians?
Oh, okay.
We
Now I
will
know
see.
it's going to be like a weird K-Love pop song. Okay, try again.
Gosh.
Every.
Man, I should know this.
You
I
guys,
listen to way too
come
much Christian
on.
music.
We got a youth minister in the room.
Unhealthy.
We got a wife of a youth minister in the room.
You know, if I
We
did a
got
song challenge, I
whole
would lose.
Try
musician.
again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every. I mean, this is pretty clear.
I literally have no... I'm going to be honest. The musician in the room is shaking his head. Try again. Give us more.
Every.
hour.
I need
you.
Come on, that was so good.
That was really good.
Gosh,
So good.
I am humbled
I know.
as I sit here. Yep.
Wow.
That was good,
That
though.
was-
Good job.
that was
I'm
good.
proud of us. In
Very
the end,
challenging. Yeah,
we knew.
we synced at the end. That was good. That was
Hey.
good.
Everyone listening already got that like 10,
They
20 minutes.
literally did.
I don't
so
think
that's-
so.
No, that's
They
okay. That's
literally
okay.
did
Shh,
it.
shh, shh, shh.
Can you rate it on the comments?
It's okay. Yeah, rate it.
There
on,
it is.
rate
Tell
us
me if
a-
you got it.
Drop us a
How
comment.
many
Did you
seconds
get
did
it?
it take
How
you?
good is my voice? Did Malcolm roast me too hard? Okay, got it. How
Never.
sensitive is Chanel? That should be the question.
Still was a little
That
short.
is
On a
true.
scale of 1 to 10, how sensitive is Chanel?
1, 2, she's
On
crying
a
after
scale
this
of
episode.
orange scone to smush sandwich, how sensitive is Chanel? All right, wonderful.
All right, you guys. The world is depressing, but we are not.
Mm-mm.
Thank you, Malcolm, for being
Oh,
here.
it was
What
great.
an honor.
This is fun.
What an honor.
Yeah, yeah. What's up? What's up?
Smash that like button, subscribe,
it.
comment
Hit it.
on our YouTube,
Hit it.
comment on our everything else.
All the
Affirm
things.
us on
That's it.
social media.
Mm.
Talk to you guys soon.
Bye.